How you doing out there? Well, you're a little quiet to start with. How many of you this morning made one of those big decisions? Thought for a long time about it. What do you wear to a firewalk? Asbestos colored socks. Listen, I want to thank you for being here. I'm very excited to be here. I've been doing this for 38 years. It's a pretty wild experience. Started when I was 3. And I'm excited to be here for a couple of reasons. Number one, I know what's going to happen with you over the next 4 days because 38 years of doing this in 100 countries around the world, all of us are unique as human beings, but I also know that all of us have certain needs. A lot of us have wants. Who here has ever achieved your want? You got your goal and your brain went, is this all there is? Who's ever had this experience? Say, I. It's almost worse to be able to have that happen than it is to fail. If you fail, most of us are achievers. We don't accept failure. We go, okay, I'll just try another way, right? But if you succeed and you're not fulfilled, you're what I call technically screwed. I want to make sure here that these next few days are truly the most powerful 3 or 4 days of your life, at least in the top 5 experiences of your life. It's a big claim. It's not going to be because of me, it'll be because of we. It'll be because of you. It's because of what we're going to create together. Because we're going to create an environment in here that allows us to really not just talk about our potential, not analyze our belly buttons on our past, but in a very pragmatic way, take charge of our life and go to the next level. Who came here for more? Say I. We want to make sure that happens. And I'm excited because I know you're going to get that because we've done it so many different times. And I know all the different surprises are going to happen. The other reason I'm excited here, quite frankly, is because these are my stomping grounds. I grew up in LA, so driving here, I've been driving here knowing there's almost 10,000 in this room, 65 countries. We're translating 3 languages. Can we have a hand for all who came from a different country, by the way? Raise your hand, different country. Can we have a hand for all the people who have traveled around? Give them a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, wake it up. I was driving here from the peninsula, and I came here, and as I was driving through the streets of LA, we was avoiding the highways. It brought back so many memories for me. It made me think about what's going to come for you, because none of you were in the shape I was when I started this journey. I remember driving my 1960 Volkswagen Bug with no reverse. I parked on the hill so I could back out very easily. And I remember being so broke and literally trying to squeeze out the few dollars I had, sleeping in my car, in a trench coat I got at the thrift store. And I went right down the street from here to the Bonaventure Hotel. And I ran up the stairs because I was so depressed I thought I got to do something physical. And I got to the top. There's a place there called the Top of the Five, the 35th floor. It's this rotating restaurant if you've not been there. And so I went in there and ordered a nice tea, ate all the peanuts they would put in front of me, and plotted how I was going to change LA. I was going to help millions of people. Couldn't afford to feed myself. But I'm happy to tell you today that's changed, and because I've been able to do well, I've been able to do well for others as well. And started out feeding 2 families, because my family was fed when I was 11, then 4, then 8, and eventually got to 100,000, then 1 million. And this year, well, first of all, this day, I'm donating 100 meals in LA for every member of this room, so there'll be 1 million meals donated here to Feeding America right now. So while we're doing well in here, if we can do well enough to get in this room, even if it was a struggle, we also have responsibility to give back. So, and then this year, I fed 42 million people in my life now. I want to do more than that in a year. So this year, I donated all the rights to my book, and I kept donating. So I've donated 57 million meals this year. I've had matching funds for 100 million. So any amount you want to donate to Feeding America this weekend, any amount, I'll match it. And it goes directly to feeding people. So if you're interested in doing that, please take advantage of that as well. So, wake it up. Now, how many of you came here? How many of you are here because you really are excited about changing something in your life? Raise your hand. Say, I. How many of you got dragged here by someone? Yeah, I see ya. Now, if you got dragged here, I'm sorry they dragged you here, but you are here now. Now, you could have lied and said you were sick, and don't tell me you've not done that shit before. Come on. Some part of you got you here, and I'd like to invite you right now, whether you got here because you wanted to or not, right now you need to make the first decision. This is not a typical sit in your chair, take some notes type of event. This is going to be an experience you and I are going to do together. Because research shows if you sit passively and listen to someone, I don't care how entertaining they are, literally 4 weeks from now, you remember less than 10% of what I said. In fact, if you listen and take notes, it jumps up to about 38%. Even if you never read the notes again, the physical act of writing it down drives the grooves deeper. And if you listen, you take notes, and you're physically active, you yell back the answers. I'm asking you to yell answers out and be strong, not just so we have some rah-rah session. I am not a positive thinking guy if you don't know who I am. I'm not somebody who's going to tell you, you've got these problems, so go to your garden and chant, there's no weeds, there's no weeds, there's no weeds. Bullshit. I'm the guy who's going to tell you, let's find the weeds and rip it out. I'm going to tell you that you need 3 keys to lead, to be a true leader. And everyone in this room is a leader if you want to be. Leader doesn't mean other people follow you. Leader means you live life on your terms. That you don't settle for less than you can do or be or share or create your life. Who's with me on that? Say So if you're going to be a leader, the first step, the first commandment, if you would, of a leader, the first mandate is see things as they are, but not worse than it is. Right? Why do people always make it worse than it is? Someone tell me why. Why do they say it'll never work? The economy's there. You know, everybody screws you financially. The politicians are messed up. Why do they focus on all that? Because they want an excuse in case things don't work out called failure. And so people tell me all the time, I've tried everything. I've done this. I've done that. I'm overweight because I'm big boned. No, you're freaking fat. Let's just tell the truth. The truth will set you up. So you've got to see it as is, but not worse than it is. You're only doing that because you're afraid. I hear see people all the time say, well, I'm skeptical, I'm pessimistic. No, you're gutless. It takes no guts to be skeptical. It takes no guts to say nothing will work. You never have to get your hopes up and never disappointed. It takes guts to have faith. It takes courage to put yourself in line and say, I can take the vision and make it work even though everyone says it's impossible.